The time has finally come. Nobukazu Tanaka is my name. I'm 26 years old and seeking for a new career. Today is my last interview with a company I've always wanted to work for. This is the company I originally wanted to join as a new graduate. Previously, this company was so much out of my league that I would have been turned down at the first interview, let alone the application screening. But now, I am different. I'm now within striking distance. If I pass this final interview, I will be able to work for this company. Finally, I can get started. I can't screw this up. Ugh.
Please come in.
Yes? My name is Nobukazu Tanaka. Thank you for your... time. Wait a minute. I haven't heard about this.
What's wrong? You've frozen.
Oh, nothing.
Please have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Yes. How come?
Well, let me introduce myself again. I'm in charge of the interview today. Mizuki Yokoyama is my name. I'm delighted to meet you.
Why is my ex, with whom I broke up 4 years ago, my final interviewer? The pleasure is mine.
Oh my god! You look a little pale. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry. She's acting as if she doesn't recognize me, but there's no way she doesn't. We'd been together for 7 years. Even if she had forgotten about me until now, she would have recognized me when she saw my face and heard my name. In the first place...
We will now begin the interview. Please remain calm and relaxed.
I understand.
But I'm sure you'll find that impossible.
I knew it. She's laughing! She gave me a brief smile as I entered the room. She's very aware of me and enjoying herself.
Now, let me ask you a few questions right off the bat.
Damn! Today is a crucial moment in my life. How could this happen?
I'd like to know about your time at your previous employer as well as your time as a student. I'd like to hear about each of your episodes.
Yes. So, are you interested in hearing my episodes?
Based on those episodes, I'd like to look into your strong and weak points. First and foremost, what club activities did you participate in throughout high school? What is it?
I'm sure you have the answer to that. I was in a ping pong club.
Oh, really? Why did you join the ping pong club?
That's because...
According to what I've heard, you chose it since it's a simple club with a limited number of members, and you weren't expected to train hard.
Who told you that information? You knew that from the beginning.
I'm afraid that someone who joins a club activity for such a motive is not needed at this company.
Wait. Please!
What is it?
I mean, it's true that the reason for entering the club was wrong, but despite the fact that we were a little club, I became a leader. And I am glad to state that I have led the club for 3 years without quitting.
Well, from a certain point on, you and I were the only members of the club.
Yes.
Mr. Nobukazu has a tendency to exaggerate his stories.
Wait, hold on a second.
The next question would be the final one for this interview.
Sure. Finally. She's been treating me unfairly by taking advantage of the interview, but what is she going to ask me in the end?
Please tell me why you dumped me.
Excuse me? Wait a minute. I can't possibly answer that question.
The interview will continue until you respond. I'm going to lock you up in this room.
Are you kidding me?
What are you going to do now? If you want to work at this company, you must answer my questions clearly, honestly, and simply. I understand. That will be all.
What?
I said the interview was concluded. I'll email you the results later. So you can go home today. Thank you for your time.
Anything else?
No, nothing. Well, excuse me.
I guess he really doesn't want to answer me.
I'm definitely not going to get in. I'm positive. I swear they will reject me.
Please tell me why you dumped me.
What the hell was that? Jesus. I didn't imagine that she would suddenly ask me that. How could I possibly answer that question? But a few days later, what? I got accepted? Seriously? On my phone, I received an email informing me that I had been hired.
Good morning, Mr. Nobukazu.
Uh,
First and foremost, we would like to welcome you to our company. You are now a part of this company. Congratulations! Oh my, you don't appear convinced. What's the problem?
I'm not quite sure what's going on.
What do you mean?
You're in charge of the final interview, correct? In other words, you made the decision to hire me. At the end, she even asked me that question. I'm sure she doesn't think of me. I mean, I'm certain of it. That's how horrible I was. And I did something that earned me her hatred. Of course, personal feelings should not be considered in the recruiting process. However, the most of our exchanges during the final interview were very personal between me and her. As a result, I assumed that the outcomes would reflect her personal feelings, but...
That's exactly what I want to ask you. What are you thinking? Why did you apply to this company?
It's obvious. I just wanted to join the company.
You didn't have to apply here. There are numerous more companies that are successful and pay well. So, you're not saying anything again? When it comes to important issues, you really don't respond to me. It's just like old times.
What?
Well, forget it. For the time being, I shall be in charge of your training starting today.
Huh?
You should respond to me with a yes instead of a huh. And, just so you know, I'm your boss. Be careful how you talk to me.
That's true. Whether she is my ex or not, our lives at work and outside of work should be kept separate. During the interview, I was asked a lot of strange things, so I ended up speaking to her in the same tone as before. But from now on, I'll set strong limits.
So please, address me as Miss Mizuki. I'll call you Pochi. Pochi? Paul.
Are you mocking me? Jesus. Why don't you draw limits?
Pochi.
My name is not Pochi.
Except for the executives and security personnel, all employees have already left. How long do you intend to remain here?
I've already punched the clock.
I know that.
I just want to assimilate as much as I could.
Assimilate?
I want to get the knowledge, skills, and experience required to succeed in this company.
So that's why you've been researching through all the internal documents and files on the computer? How many years of paperwork do you believe you have?
13 years and 3 months.
Because I am in control of training. I will teach you what you need to know when you need it.
Why are you looking at me like that? I've only learned paw and other paw from you today.
The basics are important.
Don't try to train your ex like a puppy. I was hired here as a mid-career recruit. Therefore, I'm behind everyone else. I need to make up for the delay as quickly as possible.
And what will you do once you've made up for the delay?
Of course, I'll leave results, be promoted, and rise to prominence.
I don't remember you being that kind of a guy.
You know, people change.
Yeah, that's right. You really have changed at the time. As usual, you stopped talking.
My bad.
If you're going to apologize, just tell me why you dumped me. Okay, I get it.
What?
We're going out for a drink. Now!
Huh? No, I'm not in the mood.
Just obey your boss's orders, Pochi.
Like I said, don't try to train me as a dog. And...
Here, cheers!
Cheers. Despite my protests, Mizuki eventually led me to a pub. I had no choice because...
If you don't obey, I'll have you turn around 3 times at my feet and bark at the office starting tomorrow.
Stop it! You are making me crazy! There was no way I could disobey her. Knowing her, she would absolutely force me to do it.
Come on, have a drink. Drink as much as you can to become a blabbermouth. I'll use the force of alcohol to prise that closed mouth open.
Is that what you want?
Of course. That's all there is to it.
Do you think I'll drink alcoholic beverages now that I know what you're planning?
Turn around 3 times and bark.
Do you want to start with a beer?
Yes, please.
Damn! In this case, I'll confront her directly. I'm not sure how strong she is when it comes to drinking, so my only option is to get her drunk first.
Hey, why did you dump me? Come on, tell me now. Hello? Nobu? Are you listening to me?
That was quick. She had only a glass of beer, but she is already drunk. I'm not sure why she believed she could challenge me in that way. I told you already. I can't tell you that.
Was there anything about me that you disliked? Was I a pain in the ass? Could it be that you've disliked me for a long time but just went along with me out of habit?
That's not true.
Then why? Why did you dump me?
But why do you still care about it?
It's because I love you. I love you. I still love you. What else could it be? Don't shut up. Say something.
I thought that... I assumed she already hated me. It's normal to hate me, right? I'm the kind of jerk that dumped her without explaining why. I just assumed she was trying to get rid of that resentment when she asked me that question. Hey Mizuki, the truth is, Wait a minute. Hang on a little longer. Gosh. In the end, after that, I dragged her out of the pub, who was completely inebriated and immovable. I didn't know where she lived, so I couldn't even take her there. So, I had no alternative but to bring her back to my flat in this manner. Well, she obviously stated that she liked me, therefore, I suppose it's okay to at least look after her.
What?
Oh, you woke up! What?
Wait a minute, did you...
Don't make the cliche mistake. Your clothes aren't even disarrayed.
How could you embarrass a woman like that?
Why are you getting mad at me? I was the one who helped you.
Really? What is it that you want to do? You dumped me, and then you came into my office where I work. I was inebriated when you took me to your house, and you didn't even touch me.
I've already told you today what I want to do.
Huh?
Leave results in order to be promoted and rise to fame.
That's so pathetic. But why? What are you hoping to achieve by becoming so powerful in this company? Tell me. What? Why? Why are you still keeping them? What's going on? Why do you still have photos from that time? You dumped me. You left me without telling me why. But why?
I want to get you back. So I'm going to be powerful. I need to be powerful enough to have him notice me.
What do you mean?
Well, it was the biggest disgrace in my life, the biggest mistake, and the event that I regret the most.
You are just an ordinary guy. When you're like this, how can you expect me to give you my daughter after graduation?
That's because...
Because you two love each other? I assumed you wanted to say something like that based on your expression.
Is that bad?
Yes, it is.
What?
You tried to persuade me with the term love, but I don't sense your actual sentiments for my daughter.
That's not true!
My daughter got into a university far superior to yours. She worked extremely hard in middle and high school to gain admission to that university. Of course, it wasn't only about preparing for the entrance exams. She worked hard in every manner she could to be a good successor to the company as my daughter in the future. How about you? Have you made any attempt in the 7 years since you began dating my daughter? Have you attempted to be the person she deserves? When you were dating her, you knew who her father was and what she would become in the future. Marriage, in my opinion, is a bond between two equal persons. They cannot be happy otherwise. Of course, I'm not referring to abilities. Being equal is determined by how much effort they both put into being with each other. That's why I said you didn't seem serious about my daughter.
I could not say anything back. My heart was completely broken. He must have been observing me for 7 years without saying anything about my relationship with Mizuki in order to evaluate me. He was weighing if I was truly worthy of her. I once attempted to forget about you. I wanted to get rid of all of your pictures and memories, but I couldn't throw them away. I thought that even if I couldn't be with you, I could at least keep the memories, so in the end, I left them as they were. But in the snapshot, whenever my eyes met yours, the face of the person with identical eyes flashed before my eyes. All the time, I felt like I was being told. Have you made any efforts to keep this happiness? So I decided to prove him wrong. That's why I joined this company where Mizuki's father worked. With my level of performance in college, I would have been rejected throughout the application screening process. So, I earned a ticket to challenge this corporation by exceeding expectations at other companies in the same industry. But I was astonished since I didn't think Mizuki was in a position to be in control of the final interview. I'm sorry for dumping you without telling you why. And thank you for still being concerned about me. Hey Mizuki, I'll give it my all this time. I'll do my best to make your dad recognize me.
Nobu. Why don't we go to my parents' house right now?
Huh?
Here, come on, quickly.
Why now? What are you planning to do there?
It's obvious, isn't it? I'm going to smack my dad. After that, I'm going to hit you about 5 times too.
No! Extra.
Dad,
Yes?
you better tell him the truth.
The truth?
The truth is that your employment was already decided when your application was received.
Huh?
My dad goes over all the documentation and data of potential employees. He chose to hire you after discovering yours. The examinations and interviews were merely a part of the process. Otherwise, I would not have interviewed you in such a silly way.
So she was aware that she had been joking around.